Hi there. Today I have a question for you, and it's this. Do you really know how to say no? You're probably saying to yourself, of course I do. But do you really? Think about it. How often do you say no when someone asks you to do something? My guess is not very often. If you're like most of us, me included, you always say yes to a request. And then a few hours, or sometimes even a few seconds later, we may well think to ourselves, why didn't I say no? So why do we say yes? You might think it's because we struggle for an answer and just blurt out yes. And that's not the case. The reality is we've programmed ourselves to say yes. Why? Because like it or not, most of us are people pleasers and we don't want to offend. We don't want to say no because we don't want to upset anyone. We're afraid of missing out on opportunities. We're afraid of hurting somebody's feelings, or we're afraid of losing friends. Okay, but what are the costs of saying yes when in reality you should have said no? The answer is we end up doing things we really don't necessarily want to do, and more importantly, we commit our time and our efforts and we miss out on doing some of the things we really would like to do. So what's the answer? How do we fix this inclination to nearly always say yes? Well, the first step is to take a little time before you answer. We usually answer almost immediately. So the first step is take a little time. Give yourself the opportunity, a few seconds even, to just think about what you're being asked to do. And if you really don't want to do it, have the courage to say no. It's good to give a simple reason why, but don't over-explain and certainly don't apologize. It's your time. Doing this will free you up to do some of the things that matter most to you, some of the things that reflect your core values and interests and people and other things. So here's a challenge. Practice saying no to something you don't want to do at least a couple of times each week. They can be very small things, particularly to start with. And certainly be careful what you say no to. You don't want to say no to a work assignment that needs to be done or a partner's request that needs to be honored, unless, of course, you really can't do them. And if you can't, then you need to say no and you need to explain why. One other thing to practice. When someone says no to a request you make, don't be offended. Don't be hurt. Don't take it personally, because nearly always it's about them. It's not about you. So here's two things to do. Have the courage to say no to requests you don't want to do, and empower yourself to feel full and not offended and hurt by hearing no in a way that is at least neutral, if not positive. So those are my challenges for this week, and I will talk to you soon. Everyone, take care.